right. Ooh, that's warm enough. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hey, Sweat. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Sweat is first. Happy Thursday. Hope all is well with you. Thanks for joining in. Yep, it's Thursday. Every day getting closer and closer. But I see a lot of people, it seems like a lot of people aren't doing too much for Christmas. What are you doing, Sweat? Good morning. Yeah, I mean, I was feeling kind of bad because I wasn't doing too much. Well, even if I wanted to, I don't even have a big circle to do much with. I got some more. This one is coconut oil this time. We're going to try that one. Well, I've had it before, but, you know, something different. I'm not doing much. I'm just going to probably go to my mom's house and eat and celebrate over there. But I'm talking about as far as, like, buying gifts. I'm actually, if you're asking what I'm doing now, I'm in the tub. And we're going to relax and chat a little bit. Yeah, I tried to go and look for that. I don't know. I may need a little help to see. I'm thinking I changed it from not private. I hope so. But yeah, I do want those options. I was thinking about even making another channel. Yeah, I'm thinking about having a few channels, but you know, of course, like different topics for each channel. Yeah, I want to really make a channel dedicated to just food. I know I want to do that for sure. Yeah, where I'm just really just eating and trying different things and stuff like that. Yeah, I want to do that, and then maybe another channel dedicated to something. But yeah, Sweat, I definitely want those options. I don't know. I don't know what that, you know, I will have to look at, you know, the guidelines and how, you know, all that kind of stuff because, you know, this is just YouTube. You know, you got to keep it just YouTube. Now, I've seen some stuff on YouTube, but I'm not, it was a video I was just watching yesterday, and I was like, don't they see what this young lady is doing right here on YouTube? Yeah, they let some stuff slide. But, you know, like, I love the transparency you can have, but yeah, and see, like me, that's like my lane, you know, that's what I do. Like, I was an adult entertainer for many years, and that's just, you know, that's always going to be, that's something that's in me, you know, so I'm always going to entertain in an adult way. And oh, if you know, you know, but, you know, I'm always entertained in an adult way because being an adult tainer, that's part of me. I've made a career of that, you know, whether it was, you know, dancing for a long time or just having long-term friends. Yep. But that's my lane. But yeah, like I was saying, this is just YouTube. So, you know, they got, you know, I'll try to keep it YouTube. Now, as far as like maybe another platform like OnlyFans or, you know, if I made my own little private website, then I can be a little more, you know. But yeah, you said something spicy. Sweat, you are so funny. Maybe so. And like even YouTube, you know, even here, I can, you know, I can get away with some things, you know, but you know, that's just part of my nature. I'ma always be spicy. Yeah. Yeah. If I if there's opportunity, I will, you know. But I'm definitely, I mean, when it comes to that, that is something that's in me. As far as adult entertainment, I am I'm professional, yeah, pro. But yeah, this is like yeah, YouTube. I like to keep it, you know. They get sensitive over here, and that's not exactly what, you know, I was trying to portray on this platform. But like I said, as anyone can see, that's just how I am as far as that's why, you know, that don't that don't bother me, sweat. Plate. Good morning, plate. No, it's real, yeah, cause yeah. I mean, if you know, you know, you know. Yeah, and so that's what was another thing I was talking about, and that's interesting. We're talking about channels because, as you see in the title, you know, I was just like, man, I gotta cut some channels short. Now I'm just realizing some channels are just redundant and just miserable, and yeah, I'd just rather watch the T channels rather than the actual channel because it's just, yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad now. Don't mind me. Good morning, Plate. Yeah, you guys, I missed you guys yesterday. What did I do? I ain't gonna lie. I was down yesterday, y'all. I was kind of hungover. Yep, I did exactly what I said I was gonna say. You remember, I said I was gonna do my 30-day run. It's starting today, though, y'all. Yep, today we're gonna start it, y'all. Love it. Yeah, and so I instantly regretted it. I mean, well, not even regret. I don't regret nothing, especially, you know, I feel like rather than regret, I'll take things as growth and all that good stuff. Sweat your oh, when we cooking? Yeah, that's what I'm getting into. I was saying I want to dedicate a whole channel into food and cooking, you know. I just didn't. Well, I could, you know. People juggle it, and then it's not like, you know, I can come out later with the video, just like I got some leftover Chinese food that I may come back and eat with you guys with. But you know, I was like, should I just make a whole channel just dedicated to eating? You know, so that people that are interested in specifically that they could just look for that, you know, post. And then the people that like when I'm talking and relaxing, you know, I was kind of yeah, no, I was just like I was a little hungover, and and I had looked at my purse and I thought I'm just put it like this: I was $100 shorter than what I thought I had. Yeah, I had two $50 bills, and you know I was drinking and I was around people. You know, I was around people in the house, not in establishments. It was like in the house, so you know, and I don't necessarily just leave my purse anywhere, but I may have set it down where it was unattended for a very, very short time. So, I mean, if I did, if, you know, I don't even know, I'm hoping that I didn't even have the money in the first place in there, but come on now, we all know what we had, right? So, I'm looking at my purse yesterday and I'm like, I'm short. I'm short. Forget that, I'm short. So I'm like, damn, you know, and it was two $50 bills. And I mean, like, if someone did take it, they just took that because I had like $50. It's like $150. It was an odd $50, like a 20, a 10, a 5, and you know, the rest was ones. You know, so I'm like, whoever took it, like they did me a favor. You could have left the 250s and took the little change. But, you know, for me, I was like, well, whatever. I didn't. I could have made a big I could make a scene of it right now, but I didn't. And I just said a prayer. I just said a prayer for whoever. No, I was out at a friend's house. Yep, I was out at a place that I go to regularly, and we have drinks and whatever, kick it. It's like a spot, It's like a little spot, and everybody in there, we cool, but it's just like it's a place where, the owner of the house have people over regularly, and pretty much it's a kicking it house, a spot, people come over, kick it, smoking, drinking, playing music, females are there, different men are there. It's just a spot, and then I go over there and hang out for it because my girlfriend, it's really her cousin. You know what I'm saying? So shit, he like my cousin too. So we go over there and kick it, and it was just one of those spontaneous days where, friend hit me up and said, "Come on over. We over here doing this, that, that." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna come over." And yeah, I remember leaving my purse once to go to the bathroom, and that's pretty short time. And then I left my purse. I stepped outside for a second because I wasn't having good reception in the house. I stepped outside to take a phone call, and I was probably standing outside for like 4 minutes. But yeah. That was another thing too, cause it was like it was two fifties folded together, and I had a few cards in the mix of that. So like if it's easy if I could have just pulled it out and it fell out too. Yeah. So it was like all that. I didn't want to go in the rampage and get the blame in this person and that person because I was around people that I know steals. Let me tell you that. I was around people that I know still. But I was like, come on now, y'all done stole in front of me. And I was quiet. I know y'all ain't gonna get me. But then at the same time, a thief is a thief. So I cannot even, that would be, that'll just be weak of me to be like this, that, and the other. I'm gonna take my L and I'm gonna whoever did it anyway, they gonna pay. Yeah, because I'm really one of them ones. I'm one of them people that you just don't. I don't care. It ain't like It's just everybody. Should no one be treated any kind of way. But there are people that are chosen ones. There are people that if you just don't mess with because, and the reason why I say that is because my intentions are pure. So it ain't no like I'm above this and that. It's just my intentions. I come to anything with very good intentions. If anything, I'm going to give. I give more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just some people you just can't mess with, you know? And that's what I did, Play. That's exactly what I did. I literally did that just so that, just to say from the grief or whatever. No, I swear. You said come on live next time so we can help you think. No, you know what, Play? You pretty much laid it out. Me, and then another thing, I gave it to God, and as far as from my experience, when I give it to Him, He handles it in a way that I could never, and that's just been something that works for me. Like when, like I said, my intentions are pure, so when I come in there and I'm not on nothing and you mess with me, it's gonna come back on you. And like I said a special prayer for that person, or the people, whoever did it, and then that, as far as my closure, I'm like, damn, not even closure. I'm thinking like these people want to do that to me. I'm overthinking. Maybe it fell out, just like you said. Like, absolutely. Come on, even with the universe, it's what you put out. It's always going to come back. It's always going to come back. Man, after 2 weeks and a lot of baths, guys, my rhinestones are still in place, still looking intact. Almost 2 weeks. So, yeah. And I'm really happy I went with green. It really looks good. I did have the choice between green or red, and I just thought red was just It is gonna be boring. I did the green. The green is popping. Thank you, Plate. Sometimes I think how Sweat says, you know what? Sometimes I think how is this possible in a man's life that nothing happened makes me wonder like you're blessed. I'm gonna take it as that. Shoot. Stay out the way. No, it's interesting for someone like you, and then like for someone like me. On the other hand, I'm experienced. I've been, I'm well traveled, and what I mean by well traveled, I don't mean just, be in a lot of places. I mean well traveled as I've traveled these places and met all types of different kind of people with my career. So yeah, I've entertained in the biggest joints in like Vegas from Florida to the little hole in the wall somewhere in a town of 500 people. And that's not even people of my race. So you see, and all in between. So it's nothing I haven't really seen and done. So yeah. So that's really interesting for someone like me, and then someone like you. That's pretty interesting. Oh no, I'm going to Hawaii. I'm going to Hawaii. I want to go to Nigeria. I want to go out the country. I'm planning that. I actually have to work on my passport right now. I'm supposed to have been had a passport at my big age. But yeah, I'm going to get my passport, and I want to go out the country, and I want to go to New York. Yeah, I want to go to New York as well. Yeah, there's a few other places that I've been to that I just want to go again. Like I've been to a place that I will, when I think of, I really, really enjoy as far as the scenery, and I would like to go even just as a date. If I meet someone nice and they're worthy. No, I want to go to St. Augustine, Florida. Have you guys ever been to St. Augustine, Florida? It's a really historical kind of place. They have the old town time kind of vibe. It's like being in a whole nother place. St. Augustine, Florida. And Treasure Island is pretty cool. It's ritzy and rich. You just look at it and just say, hey, one day, one day. Yeah, you been to Florida? Trinidad for the carnival. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you gotta get out there, Sweat. Get out there. Yeah, go to Vegas. I was just gonna say, go to Vegas or go, go somewhere where you can really it's very diverse. So you can just kind of be in that place and experience the diversity of different cultures and people. If Vegas too much people see me, I get over it quick though. Once I get my dose, of that, I'm an introvert. So I mean, even when I was dancing, I would when I dance, I just dance, and then when I wasn't entertaining, I was at home or by myself. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because I gave a lot of energy into my work, so I was drained. I don't even know how I did it, but I did it because what kept me going are the people that was really interested in me as a person, as a friend. So I had to show up. Oh, you're a Sag. Okay, because I'm an Aries. I'm a fire sign too. Yeah, me too. I'm both. I can do introvert and extrovert. I'm the same way. Because when I'm with people, I'm out. I'm in it. I'm in it. But when I'm not, I'm not. I will shut it the fuck down. Yeah. Yeah, I'm both too. But I can be the life of the party, and I can be the one that's hoping plans get changed. Hoping that hey, we ain't doing that. All right. Thank ya. Thank ya. Yeah, I'm definitely that. And then like right now in my life, I'm just like now, I'm always gonna be a big city girl. I'm a city girl. I love the city. But now I'm in a place where, okay, we got the city, but then you got the town outside of the city. I can do for the town outside the city now. Like I could just I'm cool off driving 20, 30 minutes to get to the mall or to the wherever, or 15 minutes. I'm over it. I'm over just being just right in the heart as far as living. Now, if I want entertainment and shopping and all that good stuff, of course you gotta find your nearest biggest town. Yeah, it's a reason for everything. Oh yeah. See, yeah, that's what type of time I'm on now. Yep. Like whenever I do ever get a chance to experience like a just full vacation, maybe 5 days where I can literally I'm waking up eating, breakfast with mimosas and day drinking because I know I can go to sleep at 9 o'clock and wake up and do nothing again, you know? That kind of vacationing and that kind of time, I can't wait. I can't wait. I've never experienced that. I done been to the Bahamas. I was at the Bahamas. I went. Um, my kid's father, when I was with him, I went to the Bahamas. He treated me. He's a lot older than me. Let me put that in perspective. And he treated me to the Bahamas when I was 19. And guys, I'm gonna be honest. I was miserable. Yeah, I just was. It was like it was just kind of like I was young. I wasn't even much of a drinker. Um, I just wasn't ready. And when I say I was miserable, it's just like I wasn't ready. I was still like a kid. I wanted to be at home with my friends. I didn't understand what was. Now I'm like, oh hell, I didn't understand. And then we were there just a night. It was mostly the boat ride from Florida and back. We spent more time on the boat, but I did get to experience it, and I do appreciate that. A lot of people can't say they was at the Bahamas. You sorry I was. He's so fucking funny, dude. Is that play? Yup, that's play. I'm sorry you was. But I know you're genuinely mean that. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was miserable. And then again, I must not was happy with my partner because it don't matter where you're at, with someone that you truly love. I can be in a hole in a wall with someone I truly love and or like at least, So, now when I think about it, it's like I was with someone that I really didn't even, like I said, it was all about what was given to me. And that's why I was just like, you know what? I might as well be an entertainer because I'm already attracting these type of people, in my life. So that's kind of like a breakdown with me a little bit with who I am and how my life. But yeah, I went to the Bahamas and I didn't. One thing we did do was meet some nice people. I didn't even enjoy the beach, having drinks. I didn't want to drink. I was tired. I remember being real tired, and I don't even know why. Maybe just from the flight and the sleep and being on the boat for the first time for multiple hours. It just made me tired. I was just tired. And I was tired and overly excited. So I didn't enjoy it. So for me, it's like where your state of mind is when you do go on a vacation. Because, if you got a lot of stuff on your mind and you won't enjoy it. And that's why I need like 5 days. Like I said, it was mostly the boat ride there and back. So I'm guessing that was probably the cheaper package, right? It was the energy. Absolutely. 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 It was the energy. And that shit is real. You can be. So just, that's why when people see people living this kind of life and that kind of glamorous life and this and that, don't always be deceived. Because it can come with a lot of pain and trauma and hurt, tiredness, all that. Because I was not in, I cannot say I was just in this happy, loving, love place. I wasn't, so that's probably why I felt like that. Yeah, I was dressed really nicely. I looked good. Yeah, but I was tired. I swear, if I can't just, give you one word on how I felt on that trip to Bahamas, it was tired. Yeah. So, you know, tired to me, that's miserable. You know, you're not really enjoying. And that's where it goes to like these, you know, redundant, you know, like a lot of the channels that I was watching is redundant and it's almost miserable. And misery loves company, so they'll even take you on a trip. Yeah. Men Mahola. Thank you. Oh, I'm still in that. I'm gonna be going around saying Manola. Yep, but it was the interview. Yep, play. Yeah. Yeah, so you're a Sag, so don't you got a birthday coming up, Blake? I can almost think that it's Sagittarius season right now. I believe you guys are a fire sign too, like Aries, if I'm not mistaken. Now, you may not be into that. I'm not really into it too, but it is something to kind of talk about. But some things are true. It was on the 7th. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. At 7, that's my number too. That's my favorite number. Yeah, that's my number. 7. 7. That's my lucky number. So yeah, y'all. So yeah, I just put the little $50 that I had left on the table and was like, man, you know what? I'm still grateful. I'm going to get some Chinese food. I spent 35 on it some delivery. And yeah, at least I had that, right? At least I was able to do that. That's still kind of messed up though. Green is your favorite. Yeah, green is a beautiful color. Yep. Green for the money, gold for the honey. And that's my name, it's Honey. Oh. Green for the money, gold for the honey. That's just an old, like, whatever, back in the day little saying. But yeah. I guess I'm all cleaned up. I got some peaches too in the refrigerator. They should be nice and cold. I ate some of them last night, but I put them in the fridge and said that'll be a nice snack for, yep, around 10, 11 tomorrow. And sure it is. But yeah, I was kind of torn. I'm like, I'm not going over there anymore. But then I was like, I said that before too. I said it before I even went. I said I'm not. See, like, and I feel like that was like a sign, like, you know, I did say I gotta warm it up. I'm gonna come back. Exactly, that's what I said. I'm gonna get it back too. I'm gonna get the money back. I'm gonna come back with the food. I gotta warm it up and get it together and get dressed and take these dogs out. But no, I said that. I said, you know, I should have stuck to what I said about going out, and that was part of me, you know, saying that I was going to start saving money. Granted, guys, I took the Uber and it was snowing, so it was about $20 for me to get there. And when I left, because the snow had started, the storm and the streets were shitty, it was $40. $40 for me to get home. So I spent $60 to get there and back. And then I supposedly lost $100. So it's like, come on, man. $160, dude. And no, that could have went towards, it's not a lot of money, but it is a lot of money. That $160, that's a pair of new shoes or, you know, some groceries. You know, that could have went towards anything. My phone bill coming up. Hell, my new phone is going to be $280. That's almost, you know, half of that. So shit, yeah, if not more. That's more than half of that. So it was kind of a setback, but I'll get it. And like I said, whoever got it, you know, whoever got it, they got it, you know? I did. I had it. Oh, when it's time for me to go, I'm gone. You made hot pockets? Yeah, I left in the snow. Like hell yeah. Yeah, and then I was tipsy too. It's time to go. But I never checked my purse or nothing. I didn't figure it out till I got home the next day. Yeah, I looked at my purse like, hold on. Yep. And then I'm trying to think of all the times, and I was like, man, that gotta be a cold, bad something, something to go through my purse in that little bit of time and, make everything look neat and, like, hold on, we got a vet around here. Then I'm like, no, it didn't happen. It must have didn't never happen. Right? Yeah, I'm tripping. No, it's a house full of people. It was a lot of people. Not a lot. I'll say seven at the most at one time. But it was people in and out. It's like the spot, people kick it at. It's mostly men though. But there's a guy that owns the house, but it's a few females that I know, like my girlfriend, my friend, and a few of her her people. It's her family. And so, with me, I'm her best, her friend, so they accept me as, damn near like family. But I was over there really kicking it with her mom, so yeah, yeah. So I mean, it wasn't like, it's these my peoples. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not, huh? They probably like feel like I got it like that to just, yeah, we take this from her. She won't miss it. Yeah. Well, obviously, whoever took it, needed it, or but I feel like stealing gets to a point where some people just have a problem where they find any opportunity to steal, they'll just steal. It's really a, an issue. Like, what is the word? Klepto. Family gonna steal. Period. Plate. Exactly, play. I understand. Yeah, it's real out here. You know what's so crazy? I'm gonna end it on this note too, because I don't know if you guys struggle, but a lot of people been saying like they've been noticing people are like on edge now these days, or they saying like after COVID, it's just been a shift changed in the world, like with people. And people are realizing now, it's a lot of evil in this world, and it's a lot of misery too, and it's a lot of bad people in this world. And things aren't obviously, they don't seem to be getting better. And that's the main topic. And it's like people like, when they go out to the store, they're like, what is the energy? Why everybody seem like they're just, about ready to snap out? Why is there so much tension? Why people feel like it's something coming? And we got the conspiracy theory people that's like, yeah, Trump is gonna mess it all up. And I'm not gonna get into politics as we all have our whatevers. And then I just don't get deep into it because I feel like it's just a whole bunch of bullshit anyway. But me, I'm like a free spirit, I'm just like, what's right is what's right, what's wrong is what's wrong. Anywho, there's a lot of people saying like, yeah, we got tough times coming, and it's about to get real, having these kind of talks, and just like even in November when, the food stamps got taken away for a while, and it was just, that was some tragic, traumatic shit. So, I took my Uber ride home, and it was the guy, a lot of times when I do take Uber, the drivers do have, like, they just feel like they just want to talk to me. And that's cool. I guess I feel like I'm approachable because I could be literally with bitch face, but I still get, people just want to open up. But anyway, but when I talk, they obviously see I'm a very approachable person, easy to talk to. So we're talking, and then he was just like, oh, he said when I came out, cause he did make sure when I came out the house, the guy did make sure I got to my car safely. Like, cause literally walked me out, and so when I got in the Uber, he was like, man, I don't see that these days. He said, usually when I see women come out of houses, it's just the guy, it's just the girl coming out. You don't see no guy. And when I started laughing, and he said, you got a real one. I said, oh, thank you. I said, that's just my friend, but thank you. And he noticed that. He said, yeah. And then he was saying how he saw a young lady shoveling snow, or no, he had a ride with a lady who was shoveling snow, and her guy friend was there. Her boyfriend was there. He wasn't shoveling because he said he had to work. So she was shoveling, and he said no, he's not shoveling because he got to work in a few hours and he ain't shoveling. So yes. So he was like, yeah, and so we got to talking about, like, he was like, it's a lot of bullshit going on in the world, and he was saying it's a lot of, we going into some times, and I'm like, yeah, I can agree, kind of. And he was like, you're a woman. He was saying, me, I'm going home alone to myself. He was like, you stay in a really good area. He said, it's safe. He said, I see why you stay here, compared to where I was coming from. And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, that's smart. He said, go on the city and do what you do, and then you go home to somewhere nice and peaceful. And I'm like, yep. Yep. And so he's like, well, yeah, I'm going to tell you. He said, you probably should stock up on your food. Literally. He was like, stock up on your food. And he said, get a weapon. And he said, learn how to shoot a gun. And he said, get a gun. And he said, stock up on your food and make sure you got a lot of water. And he said, because we are about to have some times. And now I'm like, damn, this is not the first time I've heard that. And scrolling on social media, you see that a lot. I know I'm not the only one that see, people talking about, these times we're about to have. And, that just kind of resonated with me because, okay, I don't know if you guys ever seen this too. It's a commercial. No, I'm single. And it's a commercial and it's about the disaster day. Have you guys ever, yeah, I'm listening, play. Have you guys ever seen a commercial where they're talking about a disaster day, and it says, yeah, and it says make sure you always have a nice, have at least 3 days of water, food, and supplies, first aid. It says something about make sure you got your information on your Sims card, your phone. Make sure you have your your contacts and something, all this. It's a commercial, and I'm like, do everybody else see this damn commercial? And they play it like real early or late at night, and it's almost like they play it when they know everybody's asleep. I'm trying to tell you guys, like, it's like a doomsday commercial that it's a disaster. In I'm 38 years old. I never ever seen a commercial like this. And like for me, I always felt like I was one of the people that just seen things before things happen. I mean, just discernment. So it's that commercial. I never really hear anybody talk about it, but I feel like they're telling us something. And even if it's not like the purge or nothing like that, it's definitely going to be like some hard times before it gets better. I feel like. And with this time, I feel like, with hunger, with poverty comes trouble, right? If everybody hungry and down on the, just messed up out here, that's going to bring more, more violence, right? Yeah, but I don't know. This commercial really, I don't know, it resonates with me for some reason. I'm like, why are they talking about 3 supplies of water? And so make sure you stock up on, and it's at least 3 days. So whatever the situation going to be, because the people or the government or what have you, the people that's running shit, they know months and years before things go down before we do, right? I hope you guys know that. Yeah, they already know what's gonna happen. We're the ones that we learn. We learn later on. But anywho, if anybody's listening, that I would just say as my little bit of advice today, just make sure you always have what you need, at least 3 days worth, I guess. You said living on an island, y'all ready to go, huh? Y'all already out the way. I am my father's child. We stock up to here at my place. For real, for real. You purchase it? Really? Okay. So you one of them. Okay, ready for you. Just got to be prepared for whatever. Period. You said, what's up? You said, I ain't even worried about it. I know. I'm just talking I'm talking up a storm. But no, this is stuff that's real though. Hell yeah. I guess I'm making up from yesterday, huh? I'm making up from yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I was down. I was just like, I just wanted to eat a nice meal, eat some Chinese food. It was one of those introvert days, I just wanted to eat some Chinese food, and I had my little baggy pajamas on, my sweatpants, and I was just bummed out, in the house eating my food. And I mean, I'm not bummed out like sad. I wasn't tripping, but I was just like, damn. But at the same time, I was just like, whatever. And I just did my own little thing. And I caught up with my puppies. Even though I was gone for like 7, 8 hours, they act like man, my dogs, they act like I was gone forever. So I caught up with them, and I gave them extra snacks and treats and love for being gone. Yeah, and then it was like the weather wasn't good yesterday either. So just stayed in, and yep, stayed in. And like I said, I'm going to just let the universe, I'm going to let God guide me to what I should do in life. Because that was definitely, even if I'm tripping, okay? Even if I'm tripping, it's still like a lesson to, I got to stick to my guns and my goals. But on that note, yep, I am. Thank you, Plate. I know we was on the road today, but this is some good talk. I'm gonna get it attend to them because they're looking at me like, we got a pee. Yeah, I just hopped out the tub. I'm gonna put on something warm because, yeah, we're not getting, well, we may get a little more snow, but we getting that cold weather now. So, yeah, I'm gonna put on some nice warm clothes, and then I'll probably be back with the, yeah, almost. See? Yep, I was getting there. Yep. Hopefully I'm a little hydrated too, because I try to drink more water from drinking, how that goes. See you next time, Blake. All right, love you. Talk to you guys next time. Bye. Yep, I'm gonna get warm.